guys, AJ and Sabrina here with Center Mass Defense. Today we have Evan from Drinking Horn Meadery up in Flagstaff, Arizona. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys do?
Absolutely. So what we do is we take local honey, local fruit as well, and ferment it into basically a wine, but it's called mead. And we have 8 different flavors that we keep on a regular basis. We have some seasonals we bring in and out. We even do a little oaking in barrels and stuff.
How long have you guys been doing this for?
We've been in business now for a little over a year. We started February in 2017. We've kind of been building the business since about 2015, and I've been home brewing for 8-9 years now.
Nice.
Nice, let's go try some.
Let's do it.
All right.
So what exactly is mead? Is it a wine? Is it beer? Is it liquor?
It's actually none of those things. So beer is made with grains, wine is made with grapes, and mead we actually ferment honey into it. It's the kind of the oldest beverage known to mankind. The oldest evidence they have of it is 9,000 years ago in northern China. So we tend to think of it as like a Viking drink, as Game of Thrones, Beowulf, Dark Ages, that sort of thing. But it goes back so much further than that. I mean, the evidence in China, it's the #1 drink in Ethiopia right now. It really has cultural significance over the entire world.
Wow.
It's interesting, I didn't know that about Ethiopia.
#1 drink of choice. Yeah,
Wow.
They call it tej, just in like the native tongue.
Yeah.
But it's mead.
So some of you guys know I make my own mead, so I've been looking for something to drink while I wait those long 8 months for mine to ferment.
So since it's honey, is it gonna be sweeter?
Some of them can be. Some meads can be sweet. We tend to do meads on the drier side of thing. I don't want syrup in my alcohol. I don't want to put my mead on my pancakes. So I tend to make things that are a little on the drier side. But you can make them sweet. You can make them dry. Anything that you can do with a wine or a beer, you can do with a mead.
Okay.
So I see you've brought a few different colors, so obviously
Absolutely.
we're looking at 4 different flavors. What'd you bring for us today?
We sure did. I'm pretty excited what we got with us today. We have the pomegranate, which is super dry, highly carbonated. It's like a champagne of mead, basically. We have our traditional, which is just plain honey, yeast, water. Nothing else goes into it. There's no vanillas. There's no fruit. Nothing. Just
show mead.
Mead. A show mead.
There we go.
You got it. The next one we have is a sizer or an apple mead. Where you ferment the apples in with the honey, and it's like halfway between a mead and a cider. That one could probably turn me into an alcoholic for sure. And then the last one we brought here today was the strawberry, which is pretty popular right now. It's as things are getting warmer. It's nice cold. It's a little bit bubbly, and it's a good bit of sweetness, but it's cut through with a bit of tartness from the early spring strawberries.
Great. Well, let's start off with the traditional, the show mead.
That's the way to go.
All right.
All right, so we've got a little traditional mead here, just the plain honey, yeast, and water. We don't use any sort of preservatives when we make our mead. We use a cold filtering system, so we don't have to use any sulfites, sorbates, anything like that. It is literally 3 ingredients in there.
Nice.
Honey, yeast, and water. Oh, I can smell it from over here.
Oh, I'm mad. Your mead is so much better than mine.
I can definitely taste the honey.
Totally.
But I love how it's not as sweet as honey. It's like the perfect sweetness. I don't even think I like wine anymore, honestly.
Oh man, it's kind of fun when we go and do festivals, and it'll be like a beer festival. Beer's just so much popular. We do a lot of beer festivals, and we'll go and the guy will be drinking all of our different meads. He's like, oh, I like that one. That one's good. Not that one so much. And then he goes back and drinks his beer and goes, you've ruined beer for me. Like, that's my goal.
What kind of honey do you use in that? It's got a real, the nose on it is very floral.
Very floral. And you might pick up some citrus notes as well. So we get all of our honey from Mountaintop Honey. He's up in Kachina, just south of Flagstaff there. Actually, as you're driving up 17, you'll see all his bee boxes sitting on the side of the road right there. That's the guy we get our honey from.
Oh,
he has
cool.
a lot of bees in Black Canyon, just north of Phoenix here. And it's a lot of the orange blossom, which is what you taste in that. We also add in a little bit of Flagstaff wildflower honey, which gives it some of the more floral notes that you taste in there. And we try to make it all Arizona honey. I love buying our local domestic honey. I mean, we have good people in the state producing good honey, and we want to take advantage of that.
All right, which one's next?
This is our sizer. Just like beer has all the different names for IPAs and stouts and everything else, mead has all those names as well. And so this is a sizer, which just means that it's apples and honey fermented at the same time. So if you like ciders, definitely one to try. It's kind of halfway between a mead and a cider. Yes.
That look on her face.
I'm telling you, that's the one that I have to watch out for.
I love ciders, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fantastic.
The nose on this one's really, I can't even explain what it is that I'm smelling there. It's something that's vaguely familiar, but yeah, I have to agree with her. That's my favorite so far. That's really good.
It really is. That's my personal favorite. Honestly, I didn't even think I liked the fruity ones, you know? I was like, no, I'm a traditional guy. Like, I like my meads plain. I don't need fruit in them. And then I made the apple.
But the
That
thing
is
is,
really
this one, it still tastes sort of like the traditional one. You can really taste that honey. It has just an extra apple flavor in there as well.
Absolutely.
Maybe that is what I was smelling. What kind? Do you use like Gala apples or Fuji apples?
Gala apple.
Gala apples. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Look at this palate here.
Right? That's a darn impressive palate.
That is what I taste on there. That's what I was smelling, and I couldn't quite place it. Was Gala apples my favorite kind of apples?
I wanted to use reds.
delicious.
The greens are really good, but I wanted to do a little red and make it kind of crunchy
Yeah.
and crispy like that
I
one
like
is,
that.
and
Yeah, that
just a
crisp.
little bite on there.
All right. As much as I want to sit here and drink the rest of this, what do we have next?
All right. What we have up next is our last one, some strawberry. Or our last one we brought with us today. I'll have to send you guys down some coffee, watermelon, pineapple. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff coming up soon.
Got a little bit of carbonation in this one too. I see.
A little bit of bubbles. This is our strawberry mead. We used some early spring strawberries, so they got a bit of tartness that kind of cuts through the sweetness in there. A little bit of carbonation with that little bit of pH funkiness going on that carbonation does to things. Add a little bubble, add a little bite in your mouth. I'm surprised that we don't sell more of that than the traditional, because man, it's pretty darn tasty mead.
Ooh, we might have to take some of this out on the lake with us. That's good too. I like that.
Well, you know what's fun about the meads too? You could take apple and strawberry,
Mix them together.
mix them together, straw apple.
You like that one?
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. I think they just kept getting better. Actually, I don't know though, because I really did like that traditional mead too. But man, that's good.
It's very good.
We got to make it traditional.
Let
We
me
gotta
double
keep
check
it
that, make
classy.
sure that it's good.
It's always good to double check things, you know? Safety and whatnot.
Or triple check. I took a couple drinks before I even gave it to her. That's really good. All right. So I just took Evan in and showed him a couple of my batches that I have going. So we decided to come back and each one of us picked our favorites out. So Skål.
Skål.
So while we sit, oh, that's good. So while we sit here and enjoy this, what sets you guys apart from some of these other companies? You know, what's your guys' mission statement?
I mean, the mission statement that we're really trying to get out there is that, I mean, bees are in some trouble right now. I mean, there's issues with colony collapse disorder, there's issues with some of the pesticides, and so bees are not really in a good situation. So through our mead, we want to be able to bring a little light to the plight of the bee is kind of part of one of our goals.
And I think your guys' price point is definitely much lower than some I've seen, and at least what I've tried so far is really, really tasty.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. We try to make mead for mead drinkers.
So now I have, people will be watching this from all over the place. Are you guys only available in Arizona? I know you guys are available down in the valley now too.
Absolutely.
So whereabouts?
We distribute throughout Arizona. We're going to be working on getting into Williams, Kingman, and Bullhead City and slowly moving our way over there. But we pretty much distribute throughout Arizona. But if you get onto our website, www.drinkinghornmeadery.com,
We'll put that in the comments below.
perfect. Then and you can get on there, and we ship mead to 40 states, direct ship mead right to your door.
Well, thanks for coming out. I had a great time. I know I've been watching. I know I've had a goofy looking grin on my face the whole time. So this was great. I think Sabrina
Fantastic.
had a good
Thank
time
you.
as well.
Glad
So
you guys enjoyed.
we'll definitely get a couple bottles to take out on the boat with us this coming weekend.
good.
And thanks for joining us. Appreciate
It's
it.
my pleasure, AJ.
Yeah.
Nice
Thank you.
meeting you.